Hello guys, today I'm going to share all my knowledge about Mystic and I'll do my best to explain everything that I know about this class, so let's go ahead and do that. So the first thing that you guys need to know if you're making Mystic is you have 4 forms that you guys can do. So the first is wolf, second is bird or eagle, third is ape or gorilla, and fourth is human form. Okay, so let's go ahead first with wolf. Before I start explaining every skill that I have, I just like to remind you guys that I'm already 98, so the name of the skill might change, but just check the description itself because it does the same thing. Okay, because level 80 skills below are different from higher level. That's my phone. From higher level, so it might change. So just check the description itself so you won't be confused. Okay, so let's go on with wolf. So the first skill that I have is C1, and this skill it only turns you into wolf, just like that. And also it gave a hit rate and evade 31%. I think if you're level 80, you guys can just check all your skills in here. So just press K and then skills, and then you guys can see all the skills that you have. See, just like that. Then just click it, and then you guys can see all the levels of the skills, just like that. So assuming you're level 64, then you get 27% of hit rate and evade. Okay, so the second skill is C2. You can only use the skill if you're in stealth. Okay, so this one is a movement speed when you're in wolf form, just like this, and it adds some movement speed as well. I think the description of the skill is buggy, but it really gave movement speed if you use it. Okay, and then this one is stealth, just like that. And then that's the time you guys can use this skill, because it's like an ambush, or if it's a warlord, it's like a bull charge on the mob or boss. Okay, and then this one, skill number 1, is a damage in a single enemy, and it also absorbs 9% of damage to restore your HP. It's like a leech or life steal. That's how the skill work. And then skill number 2 is melee attack. This is really basic. And number 3 is little strike. This strike is also a single damage on enemy, and it has 75% double damage and 50% chance of triple damage. This is really cool if you're doing bosses, because before I only used wolf form in dungeons, just like ACB, SMF, PT, BFR, or FT. Those are the dungeons that I do before, because years ago I used to spam bosses with my friends, so I usually use wolf form at that dungeon. Okay, so the next skill is my favorite skill for wolf form, is cruel rending. This skill is really useful when you're doing dungeon, especially if you want to kill faster, because this skill is 100% triple damage and is stacked up into 3 times. Okay, this is really nice. Okay, so what I do when I do dungeons in SMF, for example, so I use bird and then bump up my movement speed, and this one as well, and then turn into wolf, and then use my movement speed again, and then stealth, and then just run to the boss, to the place of the boss. But just a reminder, guys, that if you're in stealth and the level of the mob is level 10 below, you can be detected or can be seen by the mob. So right after you enter in battle, your stealth will be gone, and or right after you enter in battle, the skill will be gone, so you will walk slowly. Okay, but if you don't want to do that, just go on bird and then bop. Then you just have to go to your to the place that you desire. Okay, so the second form is bird or eagle. This form, I only use this in BFR, Maghama, on the last boss, the fish boss, and I also use this in PvP. And sometimes I use this form also if I'm grinding in PR or in AB. So yeah, I have a couple of skills for bird, and these are the skills that I have. So I have here C equal, and that's a movement speed for you to increase your movement speed and evade by 25%. And then the second one is A1. So this skill also gave movement speed 75%, but the cooldown of this is a little bit longer than this. Okay, so this one's A2. It makes you into a bird form, like that. It also gave some stat, which is 34% movement speed and magic critical rate. So it's really awesome. And also, if you guys notice in arena, if a prophet is fearing, you guys can't be feared if you are in 3 types of form: ape, bird, and wolf. You can't be feared, so it's okay. Just don't mind the prophet fear spamming. Okay, so the next skill that I'll be explaining is this skill number 7. It's a single skill also, single damage to a single enemy, and it gave 70% chance of double attack and 50% chance of triple attack. This is really cool because if you're in arena and you just want to spam the enemy by keep on attacking, this is really cool because this one is insta-cast. There's no casting speed in this skill. But the only thing that I don't like in here, it doesn't give any charges. The charges that I refer is this one. It doesn't give any charges. So the next skill is skill number 8. This skill, it only stuns the mobs or boss. I don't think it's useful at boss, but on arena this is really useful, especially if your enemy is trying to chase you and you want them to stop for a couple of seconds. This is the skill that you wanted to use to them. Okay, so the second skill is Sharp Spine. Skill number 9. This skill gives charges, and also if you use it, there's a dot on it, and it decreases some HP for 850 HP, and this is really useful if you're in PvP. Alright, so this two skills, this is really important because in PvP you wanna cut all the magic defense or defense of the enemy, right? So this one, it decreases the physical and magic defense by 20%. This is really useful, and at the same time it damages the enemy. This one is also a MDEP cut or defense cut, but the thing is, this skill is stuck up to 4, so it's really useful. Plus, the cooldown of this skill lasts longer than this, so this is really useful. Plus, if this skill cooldown, you can use it right away, so the buff on the mob or in the enemy stays as 4 stack. So let's go ahead and use bird form like that. So if you guys wanna run, just use this and this skill, and then you guys can go ahead and run like that. So if you guys trying to attack something in the arena, what you want to do here is just use this skill and then cut their defense or MDEF. If you don't have any charge, use that, and then just keep on using 7. And if you guys want to stun them, just use 8, just like that. Okay. Oh, I forgot to explain about ape. So this is basically how I use ape. I just click 1 3 1 3 1 3, and if the cooldown of the 4 is done, you just have to do that 1 3 1 3 and then 4. So if you want to use this skill, this is how you do it. Just go in stealth and press C2, just like that. It's like a bull charge on Berserker, but this one you're in stealth if you attack. So I'm a little bit laggy right now, if you guys noticed that. Alright, so I think that's it for eagle or bird form. So let's now go ahead or move on to ape or gorilla. Let me just kill this. Okay, so the next form is ape. I only use this form if I'm getting ganked in arena, if I want to tank a boss, or if I want to have a lot of malice. Okay, so the first skill, this is the skills of the ape for level 80 below. So this is the skill. So this one, it turns you into ape, and also at the same time it gave you some HP. Did you see my HP? Like that. And also, if you use this, there's also a 23% damage sustained. Yeah, it's really cool if you're tanking. And also, it gave hit rate by 28%. So this is really nice if you wanna last longer in arena. But it doesn't give any huge amount of damage in arena. You just have to tank it and nothing else. Alright, so the next skills that I have is this one, Wild Instinct. This skill, it only gave you a buff, a 42% standard attack damage and 25% attack speed. I only use this if I'm tanking a boss or if I wanna attack the boss using ape. So my attack speed will be faster. And then the second skill that I have is Jungle Punch. So this skill, this is only a physical damage on single enemy target, and it just interrupts the casting speed of the enemy, and there's a chance that it will be stunned. I don't know if it's a chance or 100% stunned, but sometimes when I use this, the boss doesn't get stunned, so I don't think it's 100%. So the next skill is this one, Warcry. This is the skill that I used first when I go to ape. So go in ape and then use this, because this skill, it's a skill for, it's like an AoE skill, and the damage you take will decrease. This skill have their hit rate reduced by 60%. The enemy of the hit rate reduced by 60%. So this is really cool because the hit of your enemy will be decreases, and I think that is really cool, because what if your enemy have like a huge amount of damage and you wanted to tank them? So this is really useful if you use it. And at the same time, your party member or the people around you will get affected by it, and they will be protected as well. The next skill is this one. It's only in a single enemy. So this skill, it reduced the enemy evade by 50%, and yeah, it gave all those charges. So let's just go. See that? It gave charges. And then the next skills that I have is Pulverizing Smash. This is really cool because it's an AoE, at the same time it gave charges. The enemy suffered from attack and casting speed negative 50%. So it's really cool. Then the last skill that I have for Gorilla is this one. This skill is an AoE, at the same time there's a dot, but this time it's not the HP that's getting decreases, but the MP itself. So it's 490 MP per tick, and I think that's really cool if you want to drain the mana of the enemy or boss. So basically, I also use Gorilla Ape back then when I was newbie in the game. I used Gorilla Ape in MPT, and I just keep on spamming the mobs in MPT until Gael only, because Gael mobs is, you can't stand them or unstunnable, so I only use Gorilla in that. But now I use human form in MPT. So this is basically how I do Gorilla. Buff, and then get the charge. 1. Get the charge, and then 1. So that's basically how I use Gorilla. Like that. And then if number 3 is done with the cooldown, use it. And then 1. Yeah. I just keep on doing that until the mobs is dead. Okay, so we're now gonna go ahead with human form. So human form, this form, I only use this form if I'm grinding or P-leveling myself in mutated dungeons, and also I use this if I'm grinding in PR or the outside dungeon. I use this form as well. So these are the skills that you guys can use if you're in human form. Okay, so the first skill that I'll be explaining is this one. This too is a buff to yourself, and it's really useful, especially if you're trying to tank a boss or in PvP as well, because the first skill that I'll be explaining is Gorilla Guard. Gorilla Guard gave max HP by 31% and physical and magic defense by 27%. And I think that this is cool if you're lacking a lot of defense in MDEP. And also, the skill lasts longer, so it's really cool. Let's just use that and see if the cooldown is. Alright, it's like 1 minute, so it's really cool for me. And also it's useful if I'm doing arena. But you might be confused because at the first thing, you can't get this skill because you have to farm tome first. So you'll be required to farm that tome, and that's the time you can use Gorilla Guard. Okay? Then the next skill is Clear Channel. This skill, I barely use this because of the skill gave. It gave all ability by 80% points, and sometimes I forgot to use this. So the next skill that I have is Dispelling Disaster. This skill, it removes the negative buff in you or in your companion or party members. This one is really cool if you're trying to support person in PvP, so their negative status will be removed. So the next skill that I have is Earth Grabs. This is what I'm talking about. If I'm trying to troll in PvP and I just want to root all the OP people in arena, I use this, and they're gonna get really annoyed because you're not damaging them, you're just stopping them from killing other players. So it's really cool. I know it's not cool trolling, but this is really useful if you're not the OP and you can't do anything at all, and if you really know that you can't kill that person. So what you're gonna do is just troll them and just keep on stopping them from attacking your party members, right? Okay, so the next skill that I have is an AoE skill, and at the same time it knocks back the enemy around you. So when you use this, all the enemy around you will be stunned, and at the same time it will be pushed. So you need to have charges if you want to use that. So I'm just gonna get a charge and then use it. See? That's how the skill works. And then skill number 4 is Holy Judgment. I only use this if I have a Darkstalker or Shinobi as my enemy in PvP, because this skill reduces the target hit rate by 30% and evade. So I think this is really useful if you're trying to kill a Shinobi or a DS. So the next skill that I have is an AoE skill, but at the same time it gave charges. So this is really cool if you're doing MPT or grinding in mutated dungeons. This is really nice. So the last skill that I have is not actually last, but this skill is it knocks back your enemy as well by only a single enemy, not an AoE. Okay, so I use this also if I'm trolling in arena, just like that. It pushes your enemy to oh gosh, I remember the days that I am trolling in arena at level 80 my Ninya Tonaya account. That was really fun. Okay, so the next skill that I'll be explaining is all about healing. So this skill is an AoE heal. You can just use that to heal all your friends or all the party member. And then this one is single heal, friendly heal. So you just have to use it, and there's an extra effect because per tick is like 840 per tick. So this is really useful if you're trying to make your HP full slowly. So yeah, that's really nice. I usually use this in PvP because you really don't have time to heal yourself, so you just want to have the buff that gave a lasting heal. Or sometimes I use 3, but the 3 skill for Mystic is level 86, so I won't explain it. So the second skill that I have is Natural Blessing. This skill casts to instantly restore some of the HP in a single friendly target. So this is just like an heal or something. And the last skill that I have is Blessing of Restoration. So this is a single friendly target as well, but I don't really use this skill. I only use this 3. So I have here some skill for Mystic as well, but these skills I really don't use it. I barely use it because I have Dispelling Disaster, so I really don't use this. But these skills are for removing some debuff, some types of debuff or negative status. So it does the same thing with Dispelling Disaster, so it's actually the same. And this one is a skill to revive people. And this one, I only use this if I'm getting ganked in arena, but sometimes I really don't use it because it's just 60, and I think that's not useful. Well, at least for me. But sometimes I use it too. Anyways, I think I already explained everything that I need to explain. Well, all the remaining skills that I didn't explain, it's for reported class or it's for a higher level. So yeah, I hope I explained everything that you guys need to know. But if you guys have any follow-up questions regarding how to use a Mystic or a Sage, please comment down below or message me in game. I'll be happy to answer your questions. So yeah, if you guys enjoy all the videos that I made, please comment, like, share my videos, and do not forget to subscribe to my channel. Thank you so much, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!